Hey up everyone. So the other night, as we all know, Newcastle come from behind to beat Manly-Warringah. They were down 16 now at half time. They were booed off the pitch by their own supporters and they ended up winning in golden point extra time, 26 points to 22. And in the post-match press conference, Adam O'Brien said the fans that were booing us at half time, they got no idea. They got no idea about Rugby League. They don't know anything about it. And there's been a bit of a divided opinion on it. But as far as I'm concerned, if you're a Newcastle supporter, you've got every right to boo, because since 2001, when the club last won the Premiership, it's been a 24-year Premiership drought. The club has come last 4 times, including 3 consecutive wooden spoons. There's been a bit of a basket case off the pitch, and their best result since 2001 was a preliminary final in 2013, where they were battered by Eastern Suburbs. So especially with this year, where in the last 10 games they've only won 2 of them, and they've been against depleted sides in Penrith and South Sydney, and to be down 16 now at home, and to just sit there and go, oh, this is sounds a pound. We're not going to boo. We're not going to show our disapproval of how the team's going. I think the fans have every right to boo. And Adam O'Brien, I think he's lucky to still be in a job, to be fair. Like, he's got the personality of a wet dishcloth, and in most other scenarios he would have been sacked already. So I think the fans of Newcastle have got every right to boo. But I'll add this to the video as well. This is always something I've always thought. Have you ever watched that film Final Destination? I think the whole Newcastle situation's a bit like that, because if you go back to 2001, Parramatta had one of the most dominant seasons ever in the history of the game, and it was their moment. It was their moment to win that Premiership there, 2001 Grand Final, and Newcastle stole that moment from them. And it reminds me of the film Final Destination, where things are meant to happen. The characters in the story alter the timeline to avoid that situation happening, and then ever since then, nothing but bad luck befalls them. And when you think about Newcastle's situation, ever since the 2001 NRL Grand Final, the club's been a basket case off the pitch. You had the injury to Andrew Johns, which prematurely ended his career. Then you had all the wooden spoons. You've had lots of drama at the club, and it seems like ever since they won that 2001 Premiership, nothing but bad luck's befallen the club. Because what really should have happened is Parramatta should have won that Grand Final, and maybe things might have been different for Newcastle. I mean, it's a crazy thing to think of, but I just think of it that way, that ever since they've won that 2001 Grand Final, nothing but bad luck has befallen the club. But anyways, let me know in the comment section below what you think. But that's just me thoughts on the booing situation and what's going on at Newcastle currently.